So we've talked about why it is important to track calories. Today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how to track your calories. The best app I can suggest for you to use is called MyFitnessPal, and it's free in your app store. You can download it to your phone. The next steps, once you have downloaded the app, are to input your daily calorie intake. So how do you work out your individual calorie target? Well, it's down to a number of things. For example, what your goals are, your body weight, your height. Genetics can play a part in the amount of calories you should be eating daily for your goals, how active you are, how hard you train in the gym or at home. It can be determined by a number of things. My advice would be, do not fill out the form on the MyFitnessPal app because it is famously known for being inaccurate and giving people very low calorie targets. Number one, you need to accurately input your weight and your height. And number two, you need to be very honest with your day-to-day activity level. Once you have completed the form on the macro calculator, it will give you a number of calories that it believes you should eat day to day for your goals. So I'm going to now show you how to manually put that number into the MyFitnessPal app. So watch this next video and it will show you how to do it. The app will also require you to put in a macronutrient split. What that basically means is the number of calories you eat daily, it would like you to input how many of those should be protein, how many should be carbohydrates, and how many should be fats. Now, I usually work on a basic split of 40% protein, 40% carbs, and 20% fats for my clients. But I think it's important to let you know that this is just a starting point. There is no magic equation or magic number that works for everyone, and it's all about experimenting with the app and seeing what results you get and changing from there. Now you are set up with your calorie target. You have split your macros into 40% protein, 40% carbs, and 20% fats. Disclaimer: the most important thing is to stick to your calories. It is also important to try and hit your protein target, and I'll be going into more depth about why it is important to do that in another video. However, your carbohydrate and your fat percentages will always vary, so don't stress about that too much. Just focus on being consistent with hitting your calorie target. It's important to remember that this is just your starting point, and the number of calories that you are consuming daily is up for change based on the results that you receive on the scales. So I'm going to give you some scenarios on why we may need to change that number. For example, if you consistently track your calories for 1 week and the scales don't move, my advice would be to just consistently track them again for another week. If the scales still don't move, then that's an indication that the amount of calories you are consuming daily is maybe your maintenance calories, aka the amount of calories your body needs to maintain the body weight you are at. So then my advice would be to reduce that number to push you into a deficit to make sure that you lose weight. Scenario 2. Maybe you consistently track your calories for a week and you gain weight on the scales. And we know that that amount of calories is a calorie surplus, aka that's what's going to make you put weight on. So again, we would reduce it. And the game of calories continues on like this throughout your weight loss journey, and you will be changing the amount of calories you have based on the results you get on the scales. Another vital thing to do with your app is make sure that it is not recording your exercise calories. So if you have a smartwatch or a Fitbit, or maybe your iPhone is tracking your steps and calculating the calories you burn, make sure it's not adding those calories onto your daily calorie allowance, because we have already factored in those calories through inputting your daily activity level in our macro calculator. So if you then eat more of the calories that your app is saying you have burnt, it could push you into a surplus and stop you from getting results. Remember, consistency with tracking is key. You should not be making changes to the amount of calories you are consuming or your macronutrient split unless you can honestly say that you have consistently tracked your calories every single day for minimum of a week, even 2 weeks. Another great reason why I love the app is because you can add friends on the app that are also on a journey and tracking their calories. Simply go to friends, type in their username. You can then check out their food diaries, see what sort of things they're eating, get some ideas and compare. And it's just great for keeping you accountable and helping you stay on track.